sure it was.
All right. Oh, thank you very much. I am Scott Campbell of the Adult Kickball Alliance. This is podcast number 2. To my right, Steve.
Jeff.
I'm the new guy. This is only number 2?
You're the FNG, yeah.
Wow, Pete.
He's the friendly new guy. That's what that means. So, thank you all for being here. Now, we usually kick these off with some sort of bullshit topic. I'm going to start it with my problem, because I recently flew to DC and back, is the lax requirements for exit row seating on airplanes. Should we allow the elderly or the infirm to sit in exit row seating, knowing full well they can't lift that 50-pound door?
Yes. Because it'll be easier to crush their ass and get them out of the way when we're all scrambling for that exit door.
Easier to crush them. Wouldn't it be easier just to be there in the first place?
No, because then I risk people crushing against me. I'm going to disagree. You pull that exit door and you have an elderly person in between you and that door, wedging your way.
Thank you.
They got brittle bones. They'll crack. All right.
They will, but that's a much more resistance you have to crush through and throw them out of the way. I think we have dissenter. What's your opinion on it?
I could not possibly care less about this topic.
Jeff says I only take Amtrak. I don't.
That's right. I take the stagecoach. That is the worst podcast topic.
It is not the worst podcast topic.
Since the other podcast topic.
This
is really bad.
This made me very angry last time I was on an airplane that some 97-year-old man, can you perform the duties? Yes, I can. And they know full well, I'm sorry, it's not picking up the 50-pound door. So it's like they should not be allowed to do it.
I don't know what
I'm
the
sorry
time
for
stamp
cussing.
is
I'm
right
sorry.
now.
It's like 45 seconds.
Let's see, is it that corner or that corner?
It's not good. 2 minutes. All right. The
2 minutes.
I gotta try.
At the 2-minute mark, beef that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That it's an awful topic that nobody cares about. You're the only person that's passionate about it, and it is not interesting. I'm just saying, is anybody else even remotely interested?
I'm finding it totally
The 5 other
hysterical.
people that watch this, they totally agree with me. I'd like to thank.
Okay, then
What's the topic?
Number 6.
we're all in agreement.
I guess I'd be worried if we were going to land in the Hudson River, something like that.
You're bringing up old stuff.
I think that you're giving. I know. I'm not engaging in this.
Do you need us to drag the KO over with that help?
She almost baited me into participating.
We need to focus on the camera. Our camera lady there is telling us we need to watch that. But we've been drinking for like 2 hours. So okay. What was one of the other topics I said?
Oh, there was FIFA.
FIFA, yeah.
Tell me all you know about it, Scott.
It's rampant corruption in FIFA.
And what do you think that's regarding? Like, why is it so easy for corruption to exist in FIFA?
Why is it so easy for corruption to exist in FIFA? Look, I know like.
Keep talking!
That Russia, no, not Russia,
It's got nothing to do with Russia.
No, there was another country in 2010 that UK, yeah, it was England. They gave like 15 million or something to FIFA in order for them to have them up there. Yeah, she's a big soccer fan, she's agreeing with me. And that's the case of it. It's like there are like 15 people in FIFA they give the money to, and they give the FIFA World Cup can be held in their country. I mean, like the Onion.
They were more afraid that Russia was going to invade if they didn't.
Russia. Fuck Russia. You know, Putin can eat me.
That's the second.
That's the second.
I think we should have a countdown.
What's the time mark on that one?
I think we can F-bomb on Putin now. Is that okay?
Thank you. Yeah, Putin's
4
no good.
minutes.
4 minutes.
I don't have an issue with it. This guy's the one who sent this long, rambling email about
When it comes
keeping
to
it
soccer
family friendly.
and Putin and F-bombs, F them and their whole cheating system.
Thank you.
And F guitar, and F the cheating rap, and F everything.
Hey, Pete, what are you
Yeah, you're drooling a little bit.
Sorry, but F them all.
Yeah,
Hey,
okay.
Pete, what does this look like to you?
Oh, God. All right,
What does this look
so
like?
focus on the camera, everybody. Don't focus on those people.
Can you talk about that for a minute?
So, yeah, okay, the FIFA
No,
thing.
stay on topic, FIFA.
I'm actually really glad because it's been years I've been hearing from not only like real legitimate journalists and stuff, but also bloggers that it's just blatant how bad, how bad FIFA is getting with taking bribes. So finally, the U.S. stepped up. But there was a funny Onion article, and hopefully some of you all read it, saying that
What's the Onion?
the next day, the Onion, you know the Onion.
It's like the national anthem.
Yeah, the national anthem. You know what it is. Don't let him troll you. That that the next one's going to be held in the United States next week, because because we haven't had one here in like 21 years. Is that it? Like 20 years?
1994.
1990 something or other.
94.
He says 94.
I go with 94. That sounds
It's
right. I still have the shirt. I think he's
Definitely
right.
in 94.
94. So part of the whole corruption thing.
No, we're
so
talking the real world.
we're glad something's happening with that. I'm very happy.
Oh,
You know, I
London's
don't
the one
keep
really
on
getting the rip right now.
talking about angry music. Has everyone heard the new big one by Meg someone or other called Desire? The song?
Her name's Meg Myers.
Meg Myers called Desire. It's very angry towards men.
Is that the guy who did Austin Powers?
I don't know. Let's hear from Pete here, the new guy.
I don't think it's angry towards
Get
men.
in my belly.
I think she said, "I want to kill you" in that song.
Like specifically Pete?
I
No.
think any of us.
It's hard to talk about this song being family friendly.
We're not that family.
All right, so she says, "I want to F you.
Yep.
I want to skin you with my teeth." It's more of a, I honestly think it's more of a women empowerment song.
Power.
It's I don't think it's a man-hating song.
Even if she's like, "I want to kill you." It sounds to me like she wants to put on the high heels and step on a dude's balls.
Some guys like that.
There's a
Very
website
few.
for everything, my friend. There's a website for everything.
And Coors Light is a really good beer.
Coors Light is absolutely atrocious and an embarrassment to our country.
How come there are 4 guys and no women on it?
Okay,
go.
we tried.
No way.
Hey, less talking for the Peanut Gallery. We're on this podcast, so you're saying that it's actually more of like a female emotional love song.
I don't know if it's a love song. It's a song about sex.
Hey, friends, listen
her
to Endless Love in the
being
Dark.
Okay with her being okay with her sexuality.
Seems like an angry sex song, though.
You've never had angry sex?
We're not accepting comments from the
Yeah,
outer
yeah.
over there, okay?
His parents want to hear the answer to that one.
Stop. Stop.
I just don't think it's a man-hating song.
And this is live
I've got
on Facebook?
man-hater.
All right.
Maybe a
Fine,
fear
angry.
boner out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good
Okay, I like
okay.
that. I like
That's
that.
a good question.
She's a bit aggressive, but
Kind of crazy. That's kind of a turn on.
Right? Exactly.
Jump in there,
How
Mom.
do you feel about that?
We still talking about the guy who did the voice of Shrek?
Yes, we are.
I think he's pretty funny.
All right. And a segue into movies. We're going to talk about Mad Max.
I haven't seen it.
Who here has seen Mad Max?
The original or
My
the
wife
new
and I are
The new
going
one.
tomorrow
No,
night.
the original.
Okay, so 2 of us have
Peanut
seen Mad
Gallery
Max.
calling
I think it's an
We've
amazing
seen it.
movie. Oh, great. I've heard a lot of articles talking about that. It's the new feminist movie. Like some dude was like, yeah, it cuts the nuts off of all guys. Like it's this, not at all. I think
No,
That was
time
a
out,
movie
time
called
out.
Salt. Worst
Get
movie ever
that
made.
shit off the podcast.
what
Bud
time
Light?
mark is
No.
that? Can you tell me what
No.
time it is?
Coors Love over here.
Wait, you can't say shit?
8:58.
8:58. Try not to. If I can edit it, I'll beep it out. But anyway, we're talking about Mad Max, and the big thing was like the feminist thing, Charlize Theron, which was, I think she's one of the best actresses in Hollywood. I think that this film is actually a good equalizer between men and women. Mad Max is a very strong male character, but he is equaled by Charlize Theron. I don't think that she is over him in any way, because he still kicks everybody's butt in that movie, but that she shows how women can be just as strong as men in dire need and actually stand up in the face of death.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, absolutely, I believe that.
How insecure do you have to be to get threatened by this movie? It's a movie.
Yeah.
Hey,
He was
like really,
threatened.
you're threatened? Like
He was
like dudes
threatened
are
by
like,
a song on the radio just now.
it's true. It's really
She said, "I want to kill you." That was like, she wanted to
Comment
kill you.
again.
And it reminded me of the
Hey,
Alanis
you wanna
Morissette
wolf it?
days
It's really
when I
not.
dated a girl who was
You wanna
talking
wolf
about
it?
killing and chopping off guys' stuffs.
Charlize was viable. She really was. She looked tough. She looked badass. She looked like she'd kick some ass. If you remember the movie Salt with Angelina Jolie, and Angelina is probably weighing like 108 pounds, and she beats up everybody in the movie, pretty much Rambo style.
Yeah, it's BS, right?
I gotta draw the line down. Shalice looked good.
You're in the camera.
But where the woman...
Get back over there. Get back over there.
Where the woman does have the upper hand is he was attracted to her.
Well, he was crazy. If you see the movie,
not attracted to a girl.
Well, she probably makes 70 cents on his dollar, right?
You know, like
that is probably true.
Men, women make less. We rule.
It's well, you know, fortunately though we're smarter.
Yeah.
The women are speaking, which doesn't count.
If she was to take her shirt off at any point, he would have lost his concentration, and she could have won.
No, we're not talking about the realistic movie. We're getting a little bit off. Mad Max, I think they showed did a really great job of showing his insanity. Towards the end, he didn't stick with them. Spoiler. I'm sorry. Spoiler.
It's Mad Max.
Spoiler alert.
You can't spoil it.
Yeah, that's
who's
true.
more than 20 years old has seen Mad Max.
That's true. But great movie. Great movie overall. And I think that it was definitely, I think it was good partnership between man and woman. Definitely not one more than the other. What are you laughing about? What do you got to say?
I have nothing to say.
He has something to say. What do you got to say?
Brings nothing to it.
I have to say,
I bring nothing to
Is
the
this
table.
time?
we'll see Entourage before we
Oh,
see
it's
Mad Max.
time today.
Entourage. Entourage. Okay, new guy, come on. What do you want to talk about now?
Just drink a beer.
Did we just segue to Entourage?
No, we
separated
anything. No.
You brought up Entourage.
Well, you want to talk about Entourage? I've never seen it, but I do know it's about Marky Mark, right?
Yes. I mean, the show's loosely based on Marky Mark and his kind of the clique of friends that he hangs out with.
The Funky Bunch.
Right. Yeah. It's an HBO show adapted for the screen, I guess. Wasn't a fan of the show. Not
Wasn't
gonna
a
watch the
fan.
movie.
You look good.
So it's not worth watching.
Do it again.
funniest
It is
line
to
in
you.
a preview ever. Didn't you used to be fat?
Where was this from? Entourage?
You look good
Ronda
drinking that
Rousey.
beer.
She said, if you last 60 seconds, I'll let
We need the timer.
marker was that?
What's the time at now?
say that. Sorry.
12 and a half minutes.
12:30. Gotta cut that. All right. Thank
Painful.
you very much.
It was
Aren't you supposed to be drinking Nut Brown?
Oh.
Drinking God.
He's had enough of that lately.
So anyway, talking about Mark Wahlberg, we actually discussed it with a few of my coworkers today about his terrible, terrible acting. Every movie he's in, you know you're watching Mark Wahlberg. You're not watching any individual character. And there was a M. Night Shyamalan movie, someone could tell me the title, where
the
people
plants
just
kill
randomly
everybody?
die.
Point Break.
No.
best movie ever made.
Yes,
you.
they're remaking it, which is terrible. We can talk about that. But
It's
what's the M. Night?
My AOL
No, not The
password.
Village.
No.
with the wind.
Sixth Sense.
No.
Yeah. I like that guy. He
I think it's like
Care
he
Bear.
hasn't said anything in
Oh.
6 minutes, and I like it.
It's like not The Knowing or something.
Dante's Peak.
The Knowing. You're onto it. You're onto it.
All right.
Sex and the
Maybe
City.
you guys know.
Terrible movie.
People die, yes, and he does the worst line in
Thank God
Hollywood
everybody
history.
has a computer more powerful than Apollo 11 in their pocket. And we can look it up.
Well, if someone can find it for me,
Over
that'd be
under
great.
worst actor, Keanu or Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg by far
Keanu.
delivers the worst line in movie history.
Keanu.
When the crazy old lady is like, "Are you here? You're just here to rob me." And he's
Are we
like,
counting Bill and Ted or
"No,
no?
Mrs. Something."
Count Bill and Ted?
People know what line
I'll
I'm talking about.
disagree. I'll go Keanu over Mark Wahlberg.
No way.
Mark Wahlberg delivered a fantastic performance, in Fear.
In that booby movie.
Fear
What's
was
the booby
great.
movie?
Fear was
Fear.
great.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And
That was
Boobies.
also like 25 years ago.
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Fear was good.
It
What was the
good.
booby
What has
movie?
Keanu done in he did The Matrix? What has he done since then? 47 Ronin?
Dude,
He did that one.
Johnny Mnemonic.
The Happening.
You get out of here with Johnny
dude,
Mnemonic.
if Keanu only made one movie in his whole career,
Constantine.
Parenthood, and
Bill
retired, he'd be the best
excellent
actor ever.
Answers.
But he didn't do
Boogie
that.
That's
Nights.
right.
He
Yeah.
delivered great performance.
Yeah, the booby movie.
Boogie Nights.
I mean, that was a
Boogie
great
Nights, he
ninja
was not
kick.
Mark
It was like-
Wahlberg. I'll give him that. That was a good
Boogie
one.
Nights and Fear, he's solid.
And I have not seen Lone Survivor, so I can't comment
I'll
on
give
that
him
one.
Fear, and I'll give him the movie with DiCaprio. What's the one with DiCaprio?
Basketball Diaries.
There you go. I'll give him those two. Other than that, he's crap.
Basketball Diaries. So maybe when he was in his youth, he still had a grip, and in his old
When he was
age, he
still
lost it.
committing hate crimes.
Yeah, and doing coke probably. That helps change.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the city of Boston acquitted him of all charges. They've expunged his record.
That was legit.
You are a Wahlberg apologist.
Apologist? I'm a Wahlberg factist. Those are facts.
This is legit.
Marty Wahlberg is not a good person. Well, was not. He may be. I don't have to talk to him. I'm talking to him.
He doesn't like Mark Wahlberg.
And I'll say he was also good in Invincible.
I've never seen Invincible.
You know, that's the Vince Papelli. True story. The guy that walked on for the Eagles. You never saw that?
Never seen it.
That's a great movie.
Invincible was great.
Invincible is very good.
It was good.
Was it
Didn't
good?
see it.
Didn't see
No
it.
one needs
Can't be good if I didn't see it.
Very fake. Have you ever read the real Vince Papali story? Full of shit.
Well, okay, what's the timer at?
Okay.
Sorry. Full
Oh, I heard the shit word. 16 in punto.
16 something. All right. So, okay, you know what else I want to talk about a little bit? Video games. Anybody here a video game fan?
No.
I used to play Civic.
It's just you. Should I zoom in on you or no?
Yeah, this is all on me. I want to say the new. No, do not zoom on me.
You
Do
said
not
yes.
touch the
You
camera.
said yes.
The new
It's already
Batman is
pointing way
coming
over you
out.
guys' heads anyway, so it doesn't
What?
matter.
It's pointing over to Donald.
Yeah, actually.
Oh yeah, let's talk about some kickball. Yeah, we usually start by talking about the games. Very close game on field 1. Between
The ref just showed up.
Oh yeah, look at that. The ref just showed up an hour and a half late. I had the ref hit. I'm the worst ref in this league. It was
Wow.
Foot Clan
here.
versus Sons of Pitches. Foot Clan won by 2. But it was a very, very close game and very bad calls by the ref. You were in that game.
I was.
How did you feel about that game?
Well, I thought the reffing was fair. Not wonderful, but not atrocious.
All right, thank you.
I think that we suffered a lot more with our fielding decisions than anything else.
Pete?
Yeah, I mean, reffing, it swayed both ways. I think reffing
It was equally crappy.
Right.
Right.
You made one bad call, we made another bad call for the other team, and kind of equaled itself.
It wasn't biased.
Wolf it.
It was just showing complete ignorance of the rules.
Thank you. Yes, and I'll take that as a compliment. Treat everybody equally in this league.
I want his job.
I just want to say it from the other field. I saw some suck-ass calls
Thank
Really?
you.
that I called from the
you.
other field.
I saw one in particular
That-
in our own
There was a
team where
particular
they
play
were
at
way-
first.
They were way out and he
Conversation
called
about
it sick.
angry sex because that's going to be happening
I was
now.
really happy about that.
Let's shut off the camera first.
In the
so that'll
long
be
run,
awkward.
do I think it's
Time.
won or lost the game? No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it was like
You got your finger over the
detrimental to-
light. No, this camera's off.
I mean, we possibly did
Electrical
by
tape,
two
dude.
runs. We did that.
You know
Lost
the
by
trick.
I
runs.
think if somebody were taking statistics of the game, we would probably have 5 or 6 errors
I got a kick.
scored against us. It was not pretty.
But it was close. It was an exciting game the whole way through, all the way to the end, I think. You guys held on sharp. It was just a few little slip-ups.
Kept it close.
Yeah,
A couple calls where you needed a first base ref to take care of it.
I felt that was me and Mike, our skills combined, we called that right. You know, she's pretty bad.
That's funny because all the bad plays were called at first person.
Yeah, that's all the ones I saw from the other field. I was like, oh god, that was safe. That was safe.
Well, let's blame the ref that didn't show up on time, but
Yes.
he's now enjoying all the food and drinks now.
Yeah, I'm glad the ref didn't show up, but he's getting free food and free drinks.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's legit, that's fine.
What is going on with is this the half-season party that
Yep.
is in the off frame here?
Yes, I'll probably take video later. Maybe I can cut it in. But what you don't see is a mid-season party. You saw those human balls run around in the beginning. We got a whole bunch.
Human
People running
balls.
around. Yeah, human
Those
balls.
human balls?
There's no way of saying that without these guys saying something, you
That
know?
is an unflattering characterization.
People are having a great time running into each other. We got loads of Papa John's pizza. Good pizza, not that crap that another place tries to sell you.
The place that's named after a game.
That's
You
right.
play on a table.
That's right.
While
That's
you're in
it.
prison.
While in prison. A couple of kegs, tons of good beer, and handmade food. And we do that here at the Adult Kickball Alliance.
Kickball520.com.
Kickball520.com. Check out our website. This guy actually, right here, built the website, Mr. Gardner.
How come I'm a ref? I
He is
need
our
invited
pro.
to that website.
You don't need to be invited.
I didn't know about it. How would I know about it until now?
Just go to the website, the same website that they've always had, and it takes you there.
Have you even visited the regular website?
Let's not bring up old stuff.
Yeah, okay.
In his defense, that old website was a pile of garbage.
Yeah, it was. It was cheap. Cheap.
No.
Cheap like Jen's mother.
Wow.
Wow. That's a new
Should we
topic
get
right
the
there.
time on that?
Nah, let's let that one flow.
Jumped up a notch there, didn't
Yeah.
Jumped up a notch.
You're saying Jen's maiden name is Pewter Schmidt?
She's not listening right now, so we're still good. All right, so other topics that are important to you guys. Someone bring something up so we can argue.
So we can argue.
Late term abortion.
Second Amendment. Hot button topic.
That one we're not talking
Give me a
about.
hot button topic.
Okay, early term abortion.
Not going to talk about that one either. Nope, not at all. Not at all.
If he goes by right now, we just
Say what?
like 50 followers or like 500 like that.
What the hell? Wow. No, that's a garbage can.
No, I know that guy. He collects cans. He's cool.
I gotta click the can.
It's not a token, it's a garbage can.
No.
No, it's a toga.
No amount of crazy on the podcast.
So why don't we talk about other podcasts we enjoy?
He's
So somebody-
he's the only one partying here.
And our
If
terrible ones like
somebody
this.
has
That guy never
made
stops
it this
partying.
deep into this video,
We have more
we can talk
cans.
about.
It's a party in his pants and you're all
I
invited.
swear, I brought up some good topics here.
No, you
I think,
didn't.
No, you didn't.
Didn't I talk about something about Nicki Minaj?
Terrible.
No, not terrible. Guys.
So I enjoy this podcast called The After Disaster. I don't know if anybody's familiar with it.
I enjoy Jay Moore and more stories.
Jay Moore is very funny.
Discussion for him and get. I will like.
I used to like the Adam
run around
Carolla show, but he got a
and make
little
it
too in love with his own voice.
What about Jon Stewart? He kind of went crazy.
Jon Stewart did not go crazy.
Not the
Does not have a podcast.
I thought he has a show.
Oh, are we talking? What are we talking about?
Trying to half naked guy.
He's got
Where do we draw the line?
What whistle is that?
like journalists, but he's got like some sort of.
Are you done?
It's a
We got 15 minutes.
I'll tell you.
like camp for like journalists. So it's journalists that he's been.
Is it for them to like concentrate?
Is it a camp that bases on concentration?
Which you
I don't. Well,
Every time you drive
That was
by,
awesome.
our cousin is going to be on the back of
Maybe we should send him to a camp where he can concentrate.
Oh, I see. You thought I was making a joke. Oh. Anyway, Radio Lab is really good.
Like the baseball
Yeah,
story.
Radio Lab's
Every time you
excellent.
drive by,
Do you know even know what it is?
Devastated.
Yeah. This American Life.
I'm more about video games and stuff. I like some of those podcasts. I think
But
Rooster
there may be
Teeth.
Asterisk with the 2
watching,
beer minimum.
and so they might want to know something that might expand their
I don't think the
horizon.
people watching this are going to be looking for news about other podcasts.
92.
I see.
Asterisk.
You think they're tuning in for the hard-hitting commentary on old people in exit rows?
They don't need to be an
forget
expert
about Mad Men.
and Mad Max.
I'll get my,
Let's see, we
trifle
sort of
little
reviewed
thing.
a
I'll
film
have a
that
hypothesis.
only half of us saw.
Can do scotch. We can
And then we
Yeah,
talked
that's
about
right.
another
We'll
film
take inventory.
that none of us saw. We talked about old people in exit rows.
You know what we can talk about right now?
Ramble about
That
FIFA.
bothers me is good music these days compared to the very good music in the past. Like what do we got these days? Somebody's talking about the Jonas Brother, one Jonas Brother going off and doing his own thing or something. I'm like, what is good music? Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots, 9 Inch Nails, Tool,
There's a lot of heroin in it.
some earlier Metallica.
Band line outfit.
And then it's what happened? What happened in 2000? It all went to crap. Boy bands and shit.
I'm not saying I'm good.
Okay, I think it's at like 20-something minutes.
What about New Kids on the Block? They were pre-2000. They were.
They were, but we don't care.
Anytime you talk about music, you talk subjective.
Oh yeah.
You're getting subjective with what you like and what you
That's Sagarito, right?
How old are you?
34.
34. I'm 35. I'm in a unique position where I get introduced to a lot of music in my regular life all day long.
Did you sell heroin?
There's a point when people stop kind of growing. Majority. music.
I was like 14.
There's still a lot of great
Come
music.
get me. I'm like,
There's a
I
ton
told
of
me
great
about a back
music,
door I
but
didn't
you
even
kind
know
of have
about.
to actively seek it out.
Yeah, you're not gonna find it on.
They're not going to find it on the radio. You're not going to find it on Top 40. And listen, Joe Jonas, whatever Jonas is out there, this isn't different than what was going on in 99, 80. Like, you know what I mean? Rick Springfield could be that guy. You know what I mean? That everybody hated because you're listening to Rush in your basement of your mom's garage. It's all subjective. You got to kind of seek it yourself. There's a point where you have to delve deeper into kind of what you're just given, and there's a definitely in an overall general market, you have to you stop growing music. Like you said, 99, boom, or grunge. 92, boom, grunge. That's it. That's all there is. You kind of get stuck in that. There's a ton of bands out there that literally kind of pull from those references that I guarantee you would like, but you got to kind of dig deeper.
Well, for example,
And it takes time and effort. And who's really, I mean, now in an adult life, who's got time and effort really to start digging into all that shit? It's time and effort, and you will find it. You rely on corporate radio, corporate top 40, corporate, you know what I mean, anything. You're gonna get spoon-fed crap.
And that's part of my problem. Like when I was younger, I felt like what everyone listened to was actually what I would think as decent music. But nowadays, it's like you have to search.
Now, are we lacking a movement like grunge was? Grunge was kind of our last movement of music.
Definitely.
Hip hop kind of took over and was like the most influential thing, but then it was a money grab, and even hip hop got convoluted, and it was very top 40, and it was homogenized. It became crap. So that was our last movement of like, this is a generation defining thing. We haven't had that since.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like part of what I said, but you're saying there's still good music out there.
There's still good music. You just have to search harder for it.
Well,
for example, give us a for example.
For example, there's this new band, Wolf Alice. Definitely harkens back to an L7. Even has a little Nirvana tinge to it. I mean, even old bands like STP with a new lead singer are still releasing good music. Blog sites are releasing new music all the time. Pitchfork, Bear vs. Shark. There's a ton of stuff that you need to kind of seek out to kind of be in the loop about. Radio at this point, a lot of iTunes and things, it's harder and harder to get anything to push iTunes. iTunes is their own entity. Radio pushes what record labels push and what they think they're going to make music on. A new sound hits, like a couple of years ago, Mumford & Sons hits. All of a sudden, everything sounds like Mumford & Sons. Right now, it's very pop, alt, Vance Joy, a lot of these big bands. And then it's all this. It's all this one note because record labels, they got scared when the internet, and it was directly affected by the internet. When the internet happened, everyone got scared and everyone started following suit. And once a trend hit, everyone pushed a trend, milked it to all its worth, and then jumped on the next trend. That was the new band. But there's still bands that are grinding. There's still record labels that are cultivating artists, and you don't really get a lot of cultivation in the record industry anymore. You really get a lot of, this is the new sound, find me 10 bands that are going to sound like this, one of them is going to hit, and we'll make money off one, and then we'll jump to the new sound. Cultivation of artists, like we used to have, doesn't happen anymore. So you still have to seek out blogs, even Pandora, Spotify, all these kind of avenues that you really kind of have to keep up on. But it's a chore. It is a chore.
But a worthwhile chore, I think. Yeah.
If you want to discover new music, yes. If you get complacent with it and you want to bitch about radio or the state of music or the state of affairs, you can do that because it is that. But at the same time, there is a lot of stuff that isn't being mainlined or mainstream that's very good. It's very good. You can definitely find artists that are still doing artist stuff.
Well, that's good to hear, because I mean, like, lately on the radio, and I feel like all of you agree, it's like we're being force-fed this crap over and over again, and as soon as like a couple weeks go by and they drop down the list, there's another one. And I feel like most of these main artists don't even write their own stuff. It's like other people's writing it for them, because there's a certain, almost like mathematical calculation of this is the way people will like it, we're going to write it this way, you sing it, push it out, it's going to work, and it does. And it's like, god dang, I listen to some of the pop radio stations, and it's like the same stuff over
Of course.
and over. And it just feels like my soul is dying compared to when I was younger, and we had all these good choices and all this really good music that was original.
I think you are reminiscing about the past.
It's romanticizing, yeah.
Yeah, in a way that romanticizes it. We had just as many
the 90s was a great time.
crappy bands on the radio.
2000s was crap.
We did.
It's just that you're noticing it more. Maybe.
Millennials ruined the world.
Baby boomer. You want to talk about
Baby
generation
boomers. Oh
that
my
ruined the
god,
world.
they won't retire. There are a couple of them over there. Well, they didn't retire.
That's
But scumbags, baby boomers. I know they're not watching this either. I hate baby boomers.
Anyway,
Did I start?
yeah, you did. There was just as many, crappy albums out there when you were a kid.
Yeah, but I still think, like you said, the
look
grunge
at-
movement.
Yeah, and they had the names Warrant, Winger.
Yep, and even a little bit later on, you had bands like Tiffany, or like there's always going to be pop music that doesn't really say anything, doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, but back when we were younger, we still had, you turn on the radio, Stone Temple Pilots, Nine Inch Nails, Nirvana, original good music.
But there wasn't that much Nine Inch Nails or Nirvana on the radio.
All right, there you go. Okay. Well, I'll say that I saw Nails in Vegas, and they announced that it would be the last time they toured in a long time. One of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. They still rock it out. Metallica sold out. I think at Load, Reload, I went to saw their concert, and they had all the flames shooting up before the years before when I saw an older one. And one of the first things they said after they started the song and ended it was like, how many people own our new album? And everyone cheered. They said, how many people own this album? Everyone cheered. They're like, oh, you're a bunch of liars. And I took it at that point, it's like, that's a sales thing. They just want everyone to be like, oh, well, we have to go buy their album, then we'll be cool with the band.
You mean to tell me?
I know what he's going to say here.
What? What am I going to say?
They're there
They're
to
not
make money
just
and
there
pushing.
to entertain you.
They're
might
pushing their
actually be
albums at the time and be
selling
like,
a product.
they're like, buy our stuff. I'll tell
That's
you, I
unbelievable.
went to see other they never did that. They just got out there and played
That's right.
Soundgarden. One of the last concerts they did together,
The
we went
Guess
and
Who
saw.
never sold albums.
And we were all in the mosh pit, and when they finished their song, they were standing up there, and they're like, you know what, we're just going to wait for all the lazy assholes in the seats, whatever that time mark is, to leave so we could just party with all you in the mosh pit. You don't see, I've never heard stuff like that before from anyone else up on stage. Real stuff. SoundCloud. All right, does anybody have any closing comments? Not you, but anybody else that doesn't go against anything I'm saying?
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, thank you. Hopefully you didn't get that was a lot of rambling nonsense, but we'll see you next time.
If you go to change.org,
Don't listen to this guy. No, don't listen to this guy.
About old people.
What's the
in
website?
exit rows.
What's the website that you built?
Pitball520.com.
Si se puede.
Si se puede.
Good night.